This movie is a you like it or hate it kind of movie. Sorority House Massacre 2. The main reason why this movie is this is it had big breasts of chicks getting naked constantly and then getting murdered. And that's all this movie is for 75 minutes. Now, if you like that kind of thing, you're going to like this. Now, if you don't like that kind of thing, you're probably just not, you're not going to be into it. But this movie's directed by Jim Wynorski, who has done a lot of softcore pornography. But he's also directed one of my favorite 80s horror films, which, according to today, is being remade by Robert Hall, Chopping Mall. And this movie's nowhere near as entertaining as Chopping Mall. But it delivers what it promises, and that's lots of boobs and some gore and lots of cheese. Lots of cheese, gore, and boobs. Joe Bob loves it. If Joe Bob Briggs likes it, I'm going to like it, because Joe Bob Briggs is the shit. The Initiation. This is the Midnight Madness series. It was released by Anchor Bay, and I guess Anchor Bay lost all the rights to their New World Pictures titles. So Image is releasing all their titles again, like Creepshow 2 and House 2 and all that. Initiation I never saw before. It's a slasher movie from the 80s, which means I had to check it out because I love slasher movies from the 80s. And it was actually really, really good. The twist is great. I fucking love the twist. There's actually some really cool murders in it. There's nothing really bad I can say about it. It was really entertaining. And a good cast. Clu Gulager's in it. And Clu Gulager is the shit. I just fucking love that guy. Vera Miles from Psycho and Psycho 2. It's great. Really good movie. I actually recommend picking this one up. You can get it really cheap on Amazon Marketplace. The Image release. I think the Anchor Bay one's more expensive. Sorority Babes. Sorority Babes in the Slimeball Bull-rama. I've heard about this movie for the longest time. And I've been wanting to check it out. It just sounded really entertaining, and I finally picked up the DVD. It is really entertaining. A great cast of a whole bunch of screen queens like Leanne Quigley and Michelle Bauer and Ricky Stevens, I think it is. Yeah, a whole bunch of them. And it has lots of nudity and a little magical imp that grants all the people's wishes and all that and twists them. He's awesome. There's only one problem I had in the movie, just one problem, is there's like almost no gore. This is the kind of movie that relies on blood, boobs, and beasts. And it has the beasts, and it has the boobs, but it does not have the blood. Because of that, I can't highly recommend it, because I honestly think they should have loaded this one with some gore. But I do recommend it if you're in the mood for some fun cheese, 80s cheese, with lots of nudity and a funny little beastly creature. I liked it. Now you want some cheese, some extreme cheese? Doom Asylum. This movie is a pure example of late 80s slasher cheese. It is. If you just look, it's actually really awful, but it's so entertaining at the same time. The killer constantly has these one-liners throughout the whole movie. He constantly bursts out these little one-liners that would make Freddy Krueger envious. And it has lots of gore. The death scenes are really pretty gory, including a drill to the head that's fucking awesome. And the girl from Sex and the City, Kristen Davis, she gets like a bone saw to the face. That's fucking awesome. And there's one thing that's awesome, but at the same time it's kind of weird, is where the killer constantly going down in his basement. He lives down in like an old mental institution, and there he sleeps in the basement. He's constantly watching these black and white movies. And the reason the black and white stuff is in there is to pad the runtime. The movie's only like 78 minutes, and if you take that away, there's probably be 20 minutes shorter. And it's cool because sometimes the footage has something to do with the movie. Like if there's a fight scene in the black and white movie, there's a fight scene in the movie itself. But sometimes, like at the end, it kind of distracts you from the ending of the movie. The movie should have just ended, but then they end it with a little black and white clip. It's cool though. This movie is awful, but if you live for 80s cheese, this will tickle your fancy. It's pretty fucking hilarious and has some good gore in it. Here's a movie that was long overdue on DVD. Night of the Demon, part of the Maria's B-Movie Mayhem collection. I've heard about this movie, and this is another one I heard about for years, and I never got to watch it because I just didn't bother getting it on VHS or anything. And it was a video nasty. which means in England when they banned all the movies or wherever they banned a whole bunch of movies. This was banned, and I can see why. This one, if you've seen other Bigfoot horror movies, this one is probably the most violent. Bigfoot just does not fuck around in this movie. He bashes, smashes, rips the dicks off of people. He stabs people. He rapes a girl. And there's a whole big slow motion death sequences at the end of the movie where he's just fucking killing everybody in sight, burning faces, impaling with pitchforks, ripping their guts out. You have to see it to believe it. This is made in 1980, and it has that 80s sleaze feel to it, and it has that low budget look to it, and it's just fucking awesome. It does have some pacing issues with it. I had some pacing issues with it, just some minor ones. But whenever I would start having a problem with that, Bigfoot would come along, or they'd be telling a story about Bigfoot, and he would just fucking massacre somebody. And I don't mean he just I think somebody described it, he just swipes his paw across the screen and they're all bloody. No, he fucks them up. You have to see it to believe it. This movie, Night of the Demon, is now on DVD from Code Red. Fucking buy it. You won't regret it. And if you do regret it, I apologize, but I thought it was cool. Another Code Red movie that just came on DVD, I think this summer, was Nightmare. This was another long overdue DVD. Another movie I haven't seen yet. This one's completely uncut. And I just watched it a few nights ago because I bought it. Had some family come in town. I never got to watch it. This movie is awesome. Now, I thought at first when it started off, I thought, I'm not going to like this movie. Because some people on IMDb called it boring, and I can actually understand why. But then those final fucking 20 minutes of the movie are just amazing. And it has the best decapitation I've ever seen on screen. It's way better than Friday the 13th decapitation, in my opinion. Way, way better. And it's awesome. It said Tom Savini was effects dude on the movie. He just was a consultant. They just wanted to whore his name out to sell tickets. It's awesome. Nightmare. I really recommend the hell out of this movie. It was made in, I think it came out in 1981, and it's really sleazy and violent as all hell. Really, really violent. There's a scene where he kills a babysitter with a hammer. It's so fucking brutal. And that little boy pulls out the guns at the movie, just blowing the fuck. I'm not really ruining them. Sorry. I don't want to ruin the ending, but there's a lot of twists and turns at the end of the movie, and something that actually really surprised me. I highly Nightmare. Code Red 2-disc DVD, and it has 3 different transfers on it because he's wanting to get people a choice with the pick. Movie I just watched tonight. Don't Go in the House. Now, every single movie I'm showing you right now, I actually really liked, and that's why I picked them out. But I really wanted to pick out one I didn't like, and I'll show you again. Don't Go in the House. This is like someone described it as Psycho with a flamethrower because it has a Psycho kind of theme to it. He burns. This killer likes to bring home girls and burn them alive and keep them upstairs for keep them company. It was a video nasty. I don't understand why. I don't think this movie was that disturbing, as some people have said it was, and I don't think it should have been banned. It's not. I thought it was kind of a dud. It didn't really do anything for me. I seen movies like this, like that were way better than this. I'll say something positive. I thought the lead actor was really good in this, and the movie looked really good, and the ending was kind of cool, but it was kind of a dud. It really didn't anything to me. When I got done with it, I just shoved it right back on the shelf. Lucio Fulci's, The New York Ripper. This movie is a movie I watched for the first time earlier this year on Netflix Instant, and I fucking loved it. I know I'm sorry if I keep on dropping the F word, but I really, 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 really like this movie. I don't think it's his best movie. I think Zombie 2 and City of the Living Dead and Beyond are better. My favorite probably would be Don't Torture a Duckling. That's my absolute favorite Fulci movie. This movie on the other hand, is really, really, really. See, this is a video nasty, just like Don't Go in the House. But this one actually should have been banned. Well, I don't think any of the movies should have been banned, but if the movie had to be banned, I agreed that New York Ripper should. It's really sleazy and violent. Probably Fulci's most sleaziest movie, definitely. New York Ripper. Fucking great. Buy it.